What's going on, YouTube? In today's episode, we're going to be putting together a desk. Not just any desk, it is a sit-stand desk by a company called Autonomous, and it is their SmartDesk Connect. I've been wanting to purchase a sit-stand desk for a couple years now, basically when I started to be a full remote worker. Been eyeing some sit-stand desks on the market, and I kept coming back to this brand Autonomous. Not sure for whatever reason. Maybe I just like the name, but their desks seem pretty legit, and they had a Black Friday sale that I could not pass up for this desk. Basically, it was 50% off when I purchased this desk, and I just basically insta bought that. But yeah, I also have their chair. I forget what the name of it. I think it's like the Mayo chair or something like that. But I'll link that below so you can take a look at that, and I'll link this desk as well. But yeah, well, I'm gonna be putting together this desk, and we're just gonna go through a couple features before I put it together, just so you get an idea of what this desk offers and why I purchased it when it was on sale. They have an app for this desk, so you can set your different sit and stand heights whenever you feel like touching the instead of touching the buttons that they have on the desk. You can go through the app. What's nice about the app is that they also allow you to set schedules with the desk. So maybe you want to sit for the majority of the morning, and later in the afternoon you want to force yourself to stand throughout the afternoon. You can set that schedule. I'm not too sure how many intervals you can set, but yeah, I'm excited to see what the app offers and what you can do around scheduling. I find that the most attractive feature, mainly because you're forced to stand, right? Instead of like thinking about when do I want to sit, when do I want to stand, you kind of have this schedule where it just automatically does it for you. And its adjustable heights are from 26.2 inches all the way up to 52 inches, so a pretty decent height. And they have the upgraded electric dual motor, so the motors should be quieter. It's what they say. It's about 40 decibels compared to their other frame, which is the Connect, or just I forget what the name of it is, but that one is around 50 decibels, I believe. And this desk also has improved load capacity. So if you have a heavier desktop that you want to put on the desk, or monitors that you have that are pretty heavy, mine are pretty heavy. They're about 20 to 25 pounds depending on the stand. And I also have a dual monitor arm, so there's quite a lot of weight that you can put onto these desks, which is nice for the sit stand desk, and being able to lift the desk with those weights. And it comes with a 7-year warranty. So I haven't dove deep into the fine print, but if they can cover the motors that are in the frame, the buttons that are on the front of the desk, that would be a good reason to buy this desk. 7 years is a long time. I've had my current desk for 5 years, and I'm already scuffing it up. My dog has chewed through the legs. So it was time to buy a new desk. And I basically waited because I have a dog, and if you know dogs, they like to chew on things, especially when they're puppies. So I bought a cheap desk from IKEA, and it's served me well. There's definitely some chew marks that I can see on this desk right now, and it's definitely worn. So happy to put this together, and let's get into the assembly. Alright, so we are installing these motors here. Full disclosure, I actually messed this part up. That middle frame that you see, I had that actually upside down, so I went through the whole process of installing these motors and realized when I got to the second part of the installation, the screw holes weren't lining up, and that's because I had it upside down. So I had to undo everything and flip that middle frame, which I ended up wasting 30 minutes. So follow the instructions, make sure you are looking at the pictures clearly, and don't mess up like me. This next part here, as you can see, I was kind of struggling getting the hex screw into these threaded slots. That is because there is a bit of overlap between the hole and where the threads are for the frame. I don't know if it's a quality control issue on Autonomous side of things, but I kind of had to force these screws in, which was the most annoying part of this whole installation. I couldn't even use the handheld screwdriver that I had because it was so hard to get those screws in at that low clearance. But yeah, now I'm just installing the feet. I use a star pattern because that's just how I've installed everything that has a either square or circular screw pattern. But yeah, on to the next step here. Installing the tabletop is pretty straightforward. Just need to line up the screw holes that are already pre-drilled and screw in the screws. The video will cut out here because I actually ran out of space on my phone. So, unfortunately you won't get to see me screw in all the screws, but just know that they are secured and in place. And thank you for Autonomous for pre-drilling these screw holes. I was afraid that they wouldn't come pre-drilled and I'd have to measure, this frame onto the desk. So I had everything wired up and now I'm just getting ready to flip over this desk. I highly recommend you getting someone to help you. Like I said, this desk is pretty heavy, and at the time my wife was actually sleeping, so couldn't really get her to help, and kind of struggled here for a little bit. But yep, just had to do what you gotta do when you're on your own. Alright, so on to the fun part where I get to add everything back onto my desk. If you're wondering, these are Jarvis dual monitor arms by a company called Fully. I actually did a installation and review on these monitor arms a couple weeks back, so if you want to check that out, I'll link that in the video above. And yeah, just adding everything back on and making sure everything is in its place. You'll see me in a bit here trying to play around with the desk settings, but apparently you have to download the app first. So if you're wondering like me, do that first, install the app and connect it via Bluetooth, and you'll be able to play with the settings. But yeah, just adding everything back on and connecting everything to my USB-C hub. This is really nice because I only have one Thunderbolt cable that I need for my entire desk. But yeah, we'll get into downloading of the app and that whole process of adding your desk to the app. Welcome back, guys. Damn, that was a journey to install that desk. I had a couple hiccups along the way, and it took a lot longer than I anticipated. I started working on this at I think like 10:30 maybe, and now it's already almost 1 a.m. Just a couple snags that came up. First, I put on the motors backwards, so I had to undo that and put them back on. And I don't know, maybe the quality control isn't that great where they were making these desks. I found it kind of hard to screw in some of the hex screws. There was a couple brackets that are on the sides that hold this desk up, and the screw holes weren't lining up perfectly, so I had to kind of force the screws in, which I was a little bit annoyed about. And yeah, that was the main issue, is that the screw holes weren't lining up, and there was a couple of rubber rubber washers that protected the frame from the screw head. They weren't fully punctured, so I had to force some of the screws in. And yeah, I guess that those were my biggest pain points for installing this desk. But other than that, it feels pretty sturdy. It's a heavy desk. I think the frame came in, it said 67 pounds on the box, and the tabletop is probably around 20 to 30 pounds. So easily a 75 pound plus desk. But that's besides the point. Let's get into creating my accounts for the Autonomous app, and yeah, we'll play around with the settings and see what's going on with the desk. So I'm gonna log in with Google. Oh, actually, I did not create an account. So, wait. That's confusing. They ask you to create an account, but you know, they have login here. So, add a new device. Pressing the 3 and the M. Okay. Okay. Allow while using app. It says it's, oh, okay. It's right there. I have to blur that out. But I mean, yeah, it seems pretty easy. I couldn't adjust, when I first installed it, I wanted to adjust it up because it's sitting pretty low at the lowest setting. And I was trying to adjust the desk up and down, but it wouldn't let me do it. I wonder if it will. So now it will. All right, yeah, so in the middle of that, I was raising the desk and I had my laptop on the ground and I forgot that I have it on the ground. And it disconnected. So in the middle of me raising the desk to test it out, I disconnected and it cut out the video. But I don't know if you were able to hear that. It is pretty, I mean, you can hear the motors definitely. I don't know what 40 decibels is or what it sounds like, but hopefully you can hear it again with the microphone that I have on my webcam. And I should be able to control it from the app. And that's pretty sweet. Let's see what this, so the sitting height, which is set at 65. I don't want to touch the standing height because I know that's gonna, it's gonna disconnect my laptop again. Where is the way, I mean, I thought you were able to set schedules on this. Oh, here we go. So notify me of my session. That's good. So I can set a notification letting me know when I'm going to be sitting or standing. And let's actually, yeah, let's do it 5 minutes before. I'm gonna want to start the session, let's say around 11 a.m. we will stand. Oh my gosh, 11 a.m. And we're just gonna do Monday through Friday, typical work week. And we are going to stand. Enter session title, stand up. Awesome. So I guess you can set as many as you want. It looks like it'll let you do it as many times as you need it. And we'll sit down again at 12. No, sorry, 1 p.m. Sit down. Also Monday through Friday. We don't want to work on the weekends. And this is going to be your sitting action. And there you have it. I mean, pretty simple. The app looks pretty decent. I mean, there's not much to it. And yeah, you can play around with these settings. Like I said, I would play around with it a little more, but I don't want to disconnect my laptop again. But yeah, it's pretty nice. The desk is sturdy. shaking it pretty hard and it's not moving. So that's always a good test when it comes to setting up your desk, right? It's just being able to deal with the wobble. But I'm excited to finally have a stand desk. I hope you found this video interesting, and if you did, please like this video, subscribe if you would like to see more tech or finance, crypto, pretty much anything that I enjoy talking about. I will probably talk about on this channel. Talking to you all is a good way for me to understand things, and yeah, I find it's easier for me to make these videos and have fun in the process. So see you in the next video. Later.